Call of Duty Zombies. What started as a simple passion project became a thing that lots of people adored. Starting from World at War all the way to now with Modern Warfare Zombies, this series has come a long way. And an idea I had was the evolution of every Zombies map, going all the way from World at War to even Call of Duty Vanguard. Anyway, let's get right into it, starting with the first map, Nacht Der Untoten. Nacht Der Untoten came out in 2009 with World at War. At first, it was just meant to be a simple bonus mode that you'd get by completing the campaign, but who knew what it would become today? Over the years, Nacht Der Untoten has been included in many different games. But right now, we're in 2009. You beat the campaign, and then you load on into this map. A simple bunker with a bunch of barricaded windows in a 1911. You have no idea what this is. You think it's a simple bonus mission until you see your first zombie. You put a lot of bullets into this thing, and it doesn't die. And that's because your gun is a pea shooter. But of course, at the time, you didn't know that. You see the zombie coming up to the barricaded window, and then you finally realize why the barricades are there. The zombie can actually tear them down. Finally, when the zombie does, you get your first kill. After you kill the last zombie, you realize the little tally mark down in the left corner gets changed. Anyway, enough of this POV type of stuff. Nacht Der Untoten was a very simple map, with nothing to it. It was just simple, survive, shoot zombies. And it stayed like that for a while, until eventually Shi no Numa came out. But we're not covering Shi no Numa, we are covering Nacht Der Untoten. Now, in the year 2010, Call of Duty Black Ops came out. This game also ended up being another fan favorite by the community. But Nacht Der Untoten wasn't here at launch. They gotta skip to August 2011. The Resurrection DLC. Now this DLC actually brought out Moon for Black Ops 1. In addition to Moon, it also came with Der Reese, Shi no Numa, Barat, and Nacht Der Untoten. Now, there isn't very much different with the Black Ops 1 version of Nacht, but they did add the Black Ops 1 guns, and they actually added one perk. Although the perk's not really useful, Meal Kick was the perk that they added to this map. Now, Meal Kick is kind of useful on this map, because I believe you can get the Thunder Gun. Now, I don't know if that's true, but you could at least get the Ray Gun and like 2 LMGs for the camping spot. But besides the Black Ops 1 weapons being added and Meal Kick, the only thing they really did was change the characters to the classic crew, that being Richtofen, Dempsey, Takio, and Nikolai, and also switching to the BO1 engine, which slightly made the graphics better. But besides that, that's all that really changed in Nacht Der Untoten and Black Ops 1. So let's move on to the next game. The date is November 2012. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 just came out. Now, Nacht Der Untoten was not an actual map in Black Ops 2, but you could find it inside a transit as a little Easter egg. And unlike Black Ops 1, Nacht was vastly different. Now, in this version of Nacht, you can't access the upstairs. The only part you get is a spawn room. What used to be barricades are now open. You cannot barricade anything, there's no wall buys, there's not even Meal Kick. This is just the shell of Nacht Der Untoten. It's only the spawn room, there's nothing you can really do, except there is one thing that you can do. And that is pick up the jet gun part, but let's be honest, that wonder weapon, whatever you want to call it, is ass. I don't know anyone in their right mind who actually likes the jet gun. If you do, that's your choice, but me personally, that is a waste of time. But yeah, besides that, the atmosphere in Nacht is really different. It's very grainy and dirty, but that's pretty much it to Black Ops 2. Let's move on to Black Ops 3. Now, before I continue, I have a question. You guys want a cheeseburger? The year is 2015, and it's November. Black Ops 3 just came out. But, of course, once again, Nacht was not in Black Ops 3 at launch, so let's go ahead into the future a little bit. In August of 2016, Revelations came out, and inside this map was Nacht Der Untoten. Now, this version of Nacht Der Untoten was pretty similar to the original in a way. It had the full map layout, just a couple things different. One of those things being that the back of the map where the Thompson would be got chopped off. There's a bunch of these little red portals around the map that lead you back to spawn and other places in the map. The top part of the map was actually remotely the same, but like I said, half the map was also cut off. And in Revelations, the location for Jug was actually inside of Nacht, which is pretty cool. They also added this little, new area where you could catch the Apothicon or whatever that big thing is. And yeah, that's more or less it. Besides the little camping spot, they actually changed that too. Instead of being blocked off, the camping spot's actually open, which adds a tiny little new part to Nacht, which circles back to the old spawn for Nacht. But besides that, that's pretty much it for Revelations. Now skip a year ahead to 2017, and Zombies Chronicles came out. Now, like Revelations, Nacht was remotely the same, but the graphics were also 10 times better. In this version, they added the Black Ops 3 guns, and they also added the Gobblegum machine, which made Nacht a lot easier. Hell, guess what? Even Meal Kick made a return, except it's pushed against the wall this time. Now, the map was really just a classic remaster. Everything was pretty much the same. They did end up adding the Wonder Fizz to this, which made getting perks easier, so you could actually have Jug, which honestly I think makes this the easiest version of Nacht Der Untoten. But yeah, let's move on to Black Ops Cold War. In November 2020, with Black Ops Cold War, D-Machine came out, which was a faithful, reimagined version of Nacht Der Untoten. In this reimagined version, you could actually go outside of Nacht. Now, the inside was the same layout, but everything inside was completely different. It was all 80s retro themed, like someone had a party in it. The upstairs was pretty different as well. You could actually access the roof, and the camping spot was once again open like in Revelations, except you had a bit more room to walk around. Going up to the rooftop, you had a nice little camping spot for high rounds, and there was a little location for Wonder Fizz as well. But that is pretty much it just for Nacht Der Untoten. I would cover the rest of the map, but we're only covering the base building. Anyway, let's move on to the last and final appearance of Nacht Der Untoten. In October 2021, Forsaken came out as the final map in Black Ops Cold War, and inside that map was a little mini-game where you actually got to explore Nacht Der Untoten. Now, in a way, this was actually kind of similar to Black Ops 2, because you could only access the spawn room, but even for the spawn, Nacht looked pretty good, and just like the original, except it was in the Cold War engine with Cold War graphics. Now, sadly, because it was only a mini-game, our friend Meal Kick didn't return, but that's alright, Meal Kick's trash. Although in Black Ops Cold War, Meal Kick is not that bad, but we're talking about the old Meal Kick, the trash Meal Kick. Anyway, that is the evolution of Nacht Der Untoten in Call of Duty Zombies. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing and liking the video. I will be posting more zombies content in the future. Anyway, peace.